You're in Braves country.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks, changing speeds east and west, a gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright, the father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play, Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly, and his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts, a plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitchers lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift. of 2021 the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren, Skip Carey 2, Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren, spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young, the game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Rama-Lama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35. The Great 44, or 755. And old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee, to Atlanta's TBS. A family, a tradition. Braves country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes.
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pub call. Really? This is what you're doing? This is what you're doing?
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it, the fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win. And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Polk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop. All throughout Braves country, pop that top! Your Atlanta Braves have won it all!
and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate. Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture, our national anthem.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we once were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare abounds bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Play ball! At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
roll call. Yeah, roll call.
You're in Braves country.
Good afternoon, Braves Country. Here, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, or all that identify as such. To 2025. Let me see here. We got CT in the house. Jameson Taylor. Darryl Little. Neil Pearson. John. B.A. Baracus. Brian Andrews. Tim Powell in the house today. Uncle Charlie Fritz. World Drummer. Robert. Charlie Elrod. AY, good to see you. Gary the Real McCoy. Joyce, good to see you. All the way down in Mexico. Helian's in here. Happy Mother's Day. Once again to all the mothers. Jacob, good to see you. Bam. And that looks like that's about it. All right, we're going to take a really quick break. When we come back, ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves, and we'll run through the lineups real quick here on a Sunday. We don't do the whole production on a Sunday. Just got too much going on Sunday mornings to be able to get home and get all that done. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Good evening, Braves Country. Good afternoon, Braves Country, I guess I should say. We are just about set for pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Ledzinski, Carmen, is finishing up his final warm-up tosses. We've got the same lineup pretty much we've had for a while, but a couple of differences. Verdugo, Riley at third, Verdugo in left, leading us off. Then it's Riley batting second, playing third. Olson batting third, playing first. Ozuna is the designated hitter, so they flip-flop them. He's batting cleanup. And Drake Baldwin is going to be batting fifth behind home plate. And I think what they did there is they wanted to go lefty, righty, lefty, and not have the lefties go back-to-back. I don't hate that at all. And then Ozzie Albies, still a touch too high for my taste, but he'll be right behind Baldwin. Then it'll be the Book of Eli and then Harris. Allen batting ninth. As much as he's been struggling, and I'm not saying you do it for the duration of his career. Some folks get bent out of shape when you talk about moving guys and whatnot. What I'm talking about is moving him until his bat heats up. Zinski throws a four-seamer, a slider, a sweeper, a sinker, a change, and a cutter. So a 6-pitch mix that we'll be dealing with today. Pirates wearing their white uniforms. Pirates across the chest in black outlined in gold. And speaking of gold, Ledzinski's got long yellow hair, blonde hair coming out the back of his black ball cap of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. He fires the first pitch right there to Verdugo for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing. Fouls it away. It's 0-2. Verdugo batting .253. His bat has really cooled off. Not sure why there's an orange sky. It is a high sky. Sun out and about today. The 0-2. 95 high and out of the zone. We'll do it again. At 1-2. So a 1-2 count. Righty lefty. Here's the pitch. Swing, pops it up. High into center field, not very deep. Easily playable by Canario in center field. One away. On the defensive end for the Pirates, you're going to have left to right in the outfield. It's Pham, Canario, and Reynolds. In the infield, around the horn from third to first, it's Hayes, Triolo, Peguero, and Gorski. Bart is behind the plate, and Carmen on the bump. First pitch to Austin Riley is a four-seam fastball right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Riley batting .284, 8 home runs, 25 RBI. The 0-1 pitch, way outside, 97. He can bring it. 1-1. 1-1 count. The righty-righty matchup, swung on, pops it up. Can of corn over to first. Be an easy out. Once again, 2 down. Two down, and that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Olson batting .221. First pitch on the way to Olson. Righty-lefty matchup. Swing and a miss. 96, blew it right by him. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Fouled off out of play. 0-2. No 2 count. In the dirt, 1-2. O'Neal Cruz is not in the lineup today. I think that has more to do with the fact that it's Chris Sale on the mound. They didn't want him facing the lefty. They took him out yesterday. They're saying it's his back, but they were looking at his knee the entire time, so I don't know what that's about. The 1-2. Swing, just got a piece of it. We'll do it again. One-two count. Let me straighten up the screen for you real quick. Braves nothing, Pirates nothing. Top of the first inning. The 1-2 pitch to Olson. Inside, 96, just misses. 2-2. Mets and Cubs are already underway. They played an early game. It's the Roku game of the week. 1-0 your score, Mets. The 2-2. Swing! That ball's lifted high into right field, and it's going to die into the glove of the right fielder, Reynolds, but he put a charge into that one. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the order, due up for the Buccos.
The breakup, y'all. Have y'all ever chased your dog down the street and they thinking it's a damn game? Horrible.
Of all the dangerous things we did growing up in the 70s and 80s, the most dangerous was getting in a car with our parent. I mean, it was like playing a game of Russian roulette. We had seatbelts. We couldn't use them. We had to do. Any given moment, our mom would need both hands to light her cigarette. Hey, take the wheel. Jump over and grab that wheel, and you're going down the freeway responsible for everyone in the car, and you're 8 years old. Your parents would pick up random hitchhikers and put them in the back seat with you. Sometimes they took your spot, and you'd have to sit on the middle hump. You had nothing to hold on to. And mom hits a bump. You're going into the ceiling and then straight down to the floor. We fell out of moving cars all the time. It was also very normal for your mom to hit you with the car. Your mom was paying no attention to where you walked or what you were doing. She would hit that gas right when you walked in front of her car and just plow you over and then roll down the window and yell at you. You shouldn't be standing in front of the car. Like, this is how I get in the school, Mom. And now, like, it blows my mind. Cars are so safe. You have backup cameras and blind spot sensors that beep, 17 airbags, and you keep your kid facing the back window till he hits puberty. Like, we just wanted a seatbelt.
Remember, Ed's almost good beer was brewed in God's country when God wasn't looking.
Still, the family of baseball continued to grow. Larry McPhail's grandson Andy ran a team. Yogi Berra's son Dale played for a while. And one evening in California, back-to-back home runs were hit by Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. In Hoboken, New Jersey, the factory Maxwell House had built on the Elysian Fields where baseball began closed down. And that same year, the Baltimore Orioles opened a brand new, old-style ballpark on the site of the saloon once owned by the father of Babe Ruth.
Welcome back. First pitch from Chris Sales, a four-seam fastball out of the zone. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Brian Hayes leading us off. He'll be followed by Reynolds as the 1-0 swing hammers it back foul. It's 1-1. Reynolds, McCutchen, the designated hitter, Bart behind home plate. Bart! He had 3 hits on us yesterday. We got to keep an eye on him. Gorski at first. Canario in center, Pham in left. As the 1-1 dips down and in, slider. Almost got his back leg, 2-1. Triolo is batting 8th and playing short, and Peguero, who came in to play yesterday after the injury to Cruz, where they moved Gorski into the outfield, he is batting 9th and playing second. The 2-1 swing, lifts it into right field, drifting back, making the catch is Eli White. One away. Braves are wearing their traditional road grays here on Mother's Day. Gray top to bottom. Atlanta across the chest in navy. Tomahawk as well underneath. Numerals on the back the same. And the names are in navy on the back. Navy ball caps and the white A on the bill representing the city of Atlanta. First pitch on the way is a slider to Reynolds. It's called for a strike, a wide strike. It's 0-1. Everybody is decorated with the pink, representing Mother's Day for breast cancer awareness. Sale with pink shoes and a pink belt. Slider, bang foul. It's 0-2. And like Drake Baldwin, all of his catcher protective gear is in pink, including a light pink helmet that he's wearing under his mask. The 0-2. 95 misses high and out of the zone. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. See if we have any sightings of it today. A lot of the guys will end up with pink bats. The Pirates, by the way, have a black batting helmet is the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pulled the string on that slider 2 away. The Pirates batting helmet is black with the traditional P representing Pittsburgh and the Pirates on the front of the helmet, but it is in pink. The Braves have done similar on home games on Mother's Day. As the first pitch swinging is going to get dropped in for a base hit by McCutchen, and he'll have a 2-out single to get the Bucks going here in the bottom of the first. I haven't noticed it yet with the Braves coming to the plate, but normally some of the batting helmets will have the pink A as well. I don't know how many they took on this trip. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball, high and out of the zone. Joey Bart, it's 1-0. And typically, the Braves always had a pink A worn on the ball cap. Is the 1-0. Swing, fist it foul, it's 1-1. I don't see it today. Maybe they're going to wear it later in the month. Maybe somebody forgot to pack something. I don't know. So a 1-1 count. I know they normally do it because if nothing else, they're wanting you to purchase things in the MLB shop. The 1-1 count. Swing lifted into left field. Coming in, making a diving attempt. Gets in front of it, knocks it down as Verdugo. You cannot get to it, and you got runners on first and second, too. I thought it was almost a dangerous attempt there by Verdugo. It was a dying quail going into left field. He was trying to make the diving catch to end the inning. There's too much topspin on that ball, and he barely got his glove on. If that thing goes behind his glove, it's probably going to be a run. Much rather just get down on that and live to fight another day. So trouble brewing with 2 outs. Gorski, the batter, first pitch, slider at the knees. It's 0-1. Matt Gorski batting .222. He's got speed. We saw it on display yesterday. Playing first base, but he is an outfielder by trade. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Way out in front of that slider. It's 0-2. Mets 1, Cubs 1. They're in the 6th. Once again, that was an early start for the Roku Sunday game. I wasn't sure if they were still doing those or not. They just started popping up about 2 Sundays ago. The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go around? Looked like he did. First base umpire Randazzo says no dice. I'm sorry, that's Jacob Metz. Randazzo is behind home plate. The 1-2 from Sale. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So he strikes out a couple of guys there, but a couple of base hits made it dicey. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
If you grew up in Gen X, you had your parents who told you every single day that you were like 1 second away from being murdered or kidnapped. We had to get our fingerprints and our photo taken every school year in case we got kidnapped. And if that wasn't traumatizing enough, they put all the missing kids on the side of our milk carton that we drank at lunch. Every time you got on the escalator with your mom, you were doing something wrong. You were too close to this, your shoe was too untied. They insisted that if we made one wrong move on that escalator, we were gonna get sucked down into those metal teeth. I still have anxiety about escalators. They made us think we were going to die all the time.
I'm a little confused about one thing.
What's that?
Who pays for all this?
What do you mean who pays for it? The company pays for it.
All right, well then, here's my second question. What does Atwater make?
What do you mean, like, how much money does the company make?
Oh, no, I mean, what do we make?
I don't follow. We make money.
No, I know we make money. I mean, what do we create?
We create wealth.
No. I mean, what do we build? What do we design?
We don't build anything.
You have to have moments that give you pleasure with your children or your hobbies or your games. And life can't all be big issues and heart surgery. You need something to give up. Something has to bring joy into the day. I've always thought that the 6 months during the baseball season, there was something in the day that wasn't there the other 6 months in winter. It was not that you had to listen to the game, but that you could if you needed it.
The crowd is on their feet. Christian Yelich, single and a run, very dangerous hitter. Cross everything. We're trying to get one more strike out of Will Smith. Called third strike. He got caught watching the paint dry, and that's it. The Atlanta Braves will head to the National League Championship Series. They knock out the Milwaukee Brewers. Welcome back, Braves country. Marcell Ozuna will lead us off. He's batting fourth today, in case you missed the beginning of the game. I believe it was more to just break up the lefty, righty, lefty, because Baldwin is batting fifth today, so Olson is batting third. First pitch to Marcell is a 95-mile-an-hour fastball in the inner cut. It's 0-1. Ozuna batting .268 on the year, 5 home runs. The 0-1 brings it in the dirt, 1-1. Ball goes rolling to the backstop. Braves head back home after today, so a very short road trip. You don't see many 3-game road trips, but we'll see a couple this month. We'll head home to face the Nationals for a 4-game set as the 1-1, 98-mile-an-hour fastball missed high and out of the zone, 2-1. Two-one count. Pitch on the way, 2-1. Low strike. Ozuna's already rolling his eyes, can't believe it, 2-2. That was a terrible pitch call. That pitch was, we'll call it 3 inches down and 2 inches off the plate. The 2-2, swing, fists it foul, we'll do it again. Home plate umpire, Tony Randazzo. We talked about this at the beginning of the series. This is arguably the worst umpire crew in baseball. And this is the 3rd time we've seen these bums. The 2-2 to Ozuna. Swing. Fouls it out of play. Just got enough to stay alive. That was one of those ones that he wasn't sure if he was going to swing and just tapped it in the last second. Lived to fight another day. Drake Baldwin stands on deck. The 2-2. Down and away. That time he did call it correctly for a ball. 3-2. That was a little further out, but I'm telling you, not by much. Those of y'all who are following along at home via video know what I'm talking about. That pitch, I'm looking at the pitch track right now. It's unbelievable that was called for a strike. The 3-2. Banged on the ground over to third. 5-3 easy put out. Hayes to Gorski. 1 down. It's that kind of junk that can really affect a team. You almost want Anthopoulos to go out and make it be known that he's going to file a complaint with the league office that he doesn't want this umpire crew for a while, because I mean, this is the 3rd time we've seen these guys and they've been terrible every single time. First pitch on the way to Baldwin is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Metz is probably the best one of the bunch, but we don't see him in this turn. He's at the first base bag right now, the 0-1. Well outside the zone, nowhere close to the strike. Called first strike. Baldwin says, "Are you kidding?" Randazzo says, "No, man, have you not met me before? I don't know what the hell I'm doing back here." The 0-2. Way inside, 1-2. That one almost got it. That's when you're Baldwin. If you weren't a catcher, you'd want to turn around and go, "What did that one miss the zone?" Because I'm not sure anymore what the heck you're doing back there. 1-2 count. One down, the pitch, swing, slices it foul and out of play. What you really want to say if you're Baldwin is, are you going to give me those same pitches when I'm behind the plate next inning? Because I just want to know that we're playing on an even playing field. If you're going to give me a wide zone and I have Chris Sale, I like my chances. 1-2 count. Swing, fists it towards center field. That ball is dying, and it's going to get under the glove of Canario. Good hustle by Drake, but he'll turn back and head to first, but it is the first base hit of the day for your Atlanta Braves. Love the Drake.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
So that'll bring Ozzie Albies to the plate. 1 on, 1 out. Open stance from the left side. First pitch to Oz. Swing and a miss fastball, 95. Just under the letters, it's on 1. Surprised Ozzie missed that pitch. That's right in his wheelhouse. That's how you know he's not swinging the bat well right now. The 0-1. Slices it down the left field side. Making a sliding catch is Tommy Pham. He'll fire it back into the infield, and there's 2 away. That one was slicing away from Pham. He did a good job to get underneath it. That was not an easy play at all. Good play by Pham. Ledzinski raises the glove to show appreciation to Pham. Eli White, your batter now, batting .299. First pitch on the way. Slider right down the pipe. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Runner at first. 2 outs. Drake has good speed for a catcher. If anything gets down, he should score. The 0-1. Inside. 1-1. Especially with 2 outs, you would think he'd get a pretty good jump at the crack of the bat. 1-1 to Eli. Here's the pitch. Down and away. 2-1. That is the same exact spot that, same pitch, same spot that was called for a strike on Ozuna in this inning. We were referencing to about how bad of a call it was. 2-1. Swing, slices it foul, 2-2. What you hope is that the guys are going back in the dugout and say, guys, you're not going to be able to work your way aboard easy today. You're going to have to swing with 2 strikes because this guy's not giving anything. Mets have taken a 2-1 lead in the 7th. The 2-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. Mets lost last night to the Cubs in a 6-5 game. The Phillies won once again. They are on the Sunday Night Baseball tonight. If you're looking for something to watch, it'll be on ESPN tonight against Cleveland in Cleveland. The 2-2 to Eli. Down below the knees, sinker. Full count. Ledzinski at 34 pitches here. Standing on deck, if Eli can get aboard, is Harris. Allen in the hole. The payoff pitch, swing, hammers it over to third. That'll be an easy play for Brian Hayes. He'll make the play, and that'll end the inning. Braves put one on, but can't do anything with it. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the second we go, scoreless in the Steel City.
You'll be able to try and go about my life, and someone actually says, do you have a CDL for that dump truck in real life?
But instead of Jimmy the Greek, we're going to have to go with Peter the Irishman today.
Hi, my buddy Jimmy the Greek is on the injured reserve list today, so I'm going to tell you who's going to win all the NFL games and the World Series. But don't run to your phone because a year ago I said it would be the Phillies.
Got him! Got him!
I just got one of the weirdest messages I have ever gotten on Instagram. So the message was sexual in nature. It was from an older gentleman about my father's age. Quality stuff. I clicked on this elderly gentleman's photo, and the first line in his bio is that the Lord is his strength and his shelter. And it gets even better. This is a shared Instagram account, he says. He shares it with his wife and children. What are you doing? Your wife's going to see the message. This is why you shouldn't be on the internet.
Trigger an entire fan base with only one sentence.
All bubble ships in 2020 are fake.
That should do it.
Why isn't football on the TV?
First preseason game?
No. No. It's starting. No.
Armchair. I think what baseball is a game that allows people who watch it to think about nothing else. It allows us to feel connected to a place. So part of what American history is texture, it's fabric, it's Brooklyn, it's Boston. But sadly, part of what American history is and part of what baseball is moving away from those places. So Brooklyn leaves and goes to California, and the free agents take away our favorite players, and America's always mobile, always moving on.
Chris Sale goes back to work. 2 strikeouts in the first inning. Pittsburgh Pirates send Canario to the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss, 4-seam fastball. It's 0-1. Braves nothing, Pirates nothing. Braves with a chance to get to 500. For the first time since opening day, the 0-1. 4-seam fastball misses inside. 1-1. 1-1 count. A 4-game series at home against Washington is next. Weather permitting. We got some bad weather rolling through that area. The 1-1. Slider. Grabs the outer edge. That pitch was nowhere near the zone. It's 1-2. I wonder if Drake went back to Sale because, hey, man, he's calling some really wide strikes. Just push that sucker all. Throw it to the dugout, see if he calls it a strike. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the slider. 1 away. Sale's 3rd strikeout of the day. That'll bring Tommy Pham to the plate. Standing on deck is Triolo. Peguero, the number 9 hitter, in the hole. The first pitch to Pham, 96 right down the pipe. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Sale comes set and brings it. 94 well out of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 count. Pitch, swing, rifles it back, foul. It's 1-2. Braves have not made a formal decision yet. The earliest that Spencer Strider could come back if they decide not to put him on the IL would most likely be Friday. He threw a bullpen yesterday as the 1-2 pitch. Swing, chops it foul. Might have gotten a piece of his foot as well. We'll do it again, 1-2. And if they decide to do that, if you think about how that would play out, it would give Chris Sale an extra day of rest. And so, unless they really feel like he has to do is the 1-2 pitch, down and in, 2-2. Unless they really feel like he needs a rehab start, look for him to come back somewhere around Friday. It could be as early as Thursday, the 2-2. Swing, fouls it back, we'll do it again. As of right now, the National Series looks like this. The Braves will send Grant Holmes to the bump tomorrow, then Schwellenbach, then Elder, and then Smith-Shawver on Thursday. Now, if one of those gets rained out, they would most likely just double up, but there's a couple of options they can do. The 2-2, down and in, 3-2. Usually what the Braves like to do on a double header, because you get the expanded roster, is that they grab someone to throw out of the minor leagues, but they could just grab an extra bullpen piece. The 3-2 swing, chopped over to Ozzie. Ozzie has to hurry. Pham running down the line. It'll be a 4-3 put out, 2 away. Pham in the last second, I could be wrong, but it looked like he hit the bag weird. He's walking, but a little gingerly at first. Yeah, he turned his ankle. Not severely, but it definitely had him favoring it for a second. So see if that has any bearing on him going back out there to the outfield in the next inning. They're replaying it a few times on the Pittsburgh cast. He definitely turned it sideways. His right foot. First pitch on the way is a slider down and in. It's 1-0. And of course, if you're looking at it from a batting perspective, that's his back leg where you're going to put most of your weight on during the at-bat is the 1-0. Fastball right there, 94. Smacking the black. It's 1-1. Good pitch by Sale. Man, if he can spot that pitch, it's going to be a long day for the batters. The 1-1. 96 right there, almost his exact same spot. A little further in, it's 1-2. A 1-2 count to Triolo. Sale looking for his 4th strikeout. The pitch. He went around strike 3. He got him. Chris Sale is dealing as we head to the top of the 3rd inning. Braves will get the bats out and see if they can help them a little bit here on Braves country. All aboard! Whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa!
It's the trumpet again. How are you not hearing that? Newsflash! I've been hearing it the entire damn time! Then why would you say something? Because I hate you!
Today we're going to go over some wild baseball coincidences that you won't believe are true. Minnesota's Metrodome hosted 8 World Series games in its history. In all 8 of those games, Terry Pendleton's team lost. The Cardinals lost 4 in the 1987 World Series, and the Braves lost 4 in the 1991 World Series. Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse, had his first career home run on September 27, 1923. His last home run would come exactly 15 years later on September 27, 1938. Warren Spahn had a longer streak of hitting at least one home run than he did pitching at least one shutout. He had homers in 17 consecutive seasons, but only had shutouts in 15 consecutive seasons. There have only been 2 pitchers in Major League Baseball history with the name Moyer. Ed Moyer, who pitched 6 games for the Senators, who died on November 18, 1962, and Jamie Moyer, who pitched 25 years in the majors and was born on that same day, November 18, 1962. Dennis Eckersley picked off Kenny Williams on June 29, 1987. His next pickoff would occur almost 4 years later when he picked off, you guessed it, Kenny Williams again.
On April 20th, 1912, 2 months before the cornerstone was laid for Ebbets Field, Fenway Park opened its doors for the first time. The Red Sox beat the New York Highlanders that afternoon 7-6 in 11 innings, beginning one of the most intense rivalries in baseball. And then they went on to win the pennant and the series, setting a precedent that did not last for long. Tris Speaker once owned its center field. Smokey Joe Wood and Babe Ruth and Roger Clemens have all bewildered batters there. Ted Williams, who sharpened his eye by shooting the pigeons.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Money Mike is slammed into left field for a leadoff single, and your Atlanta Braves have got something going here in the top of the 3rd. Good piece of hitting by Mike. Fastball on the outer edge, and it was just slapped into left.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
First pitch on the way to Nick Allen is up top. Right there in the corner of the strike zone, called for a ball. This guy is eating onions and spotting dimes. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, rifles it foul. 1-1. What I have picked up on more than anything else with Randazzo, he's not giving the high strike. He has widened the zone quite a bit, east and west. And he'll give you the strike in the southern hemisphere, so to speak. Not consistent there, but he's more consistent giving you the east and west wide call. That pitch hit the zone there, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 count. Swing, lifts it into right field. Coming over, making the easy catch is Reynolds for a long out, number 1. That'll flip the lineup over. We'll move the action cam on as Michael Harris, standing at first, may be on the go. As well as he's used that bat to move runners, I kind of would have liked to have seen with nobody on and nobody out and one on, to have Allen just push a bunt down there. First pitch on the way to Verdugo is a slider down and in. It's 1-0. I know that's not the 2025 way of playing baseball. They all stand around and wait for I call it 1970s American League ball, where they stand around and wait for the 3-run homer. But this offense has been struggling. If you can get a decent lead with Sale on the bump as they flip over to first to try to keep Harris close by, that was pretty close. He was safe. If you can get a 2-3 run lead with Sale, the way he's been pitching so far today, you might be able to cruise. The 1-0 count, Verdugo. Harris leaning, but he stays. 95-mile-an-hour fastball right there at the knees on the outer edge. It's 1-1. There are clouds in the sky, but no threat of rain. Beautiful, partly cloudy day here in Pittsburgh. High supposed to be in the low 70s. 1-1. Right down the pipe, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-2. Happy Mother's Day to all. The 1-2 count. Harris leaning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 95 upstairs, got him, 2 away. Special happy Mother's Day to my mom. I'm sure she's probably listening today. I mean, she's back from church right about now, so happy Mother's Day, Mom. We've turned her into a big Atlanta Braves fan. They're going to flip it over to first again. I'll tell you what, this Lazinski is making some quick moves and accurate throws over there. Harris better be careful, because it's a big windup, but he does it in one quick motion. First pitch to Riley is fisted foul, out of play. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Pitch on the way. 95 outside, 1-1. James, hate to hear that about your wife. Prayers coming out from Braves country. And it's got to be a rough time for you. 1-1 pitch. 95, well off the plate, 2-1. On deck, remember, is Olsen, not Ozuna, as they flip the lineup. I honestly don't I don't hate the idea of this going forward, because you get lefty, righty, lefty, righty. The 2-1 inside, 3-1. I think the reason why they didn't worry about doing it before is because consistently, if you have Smurf around the number 5 spot, then you're trying to break him up. As that throw over to first, that was really close. Gorski tagged Harris on the wallet. He almost got him. He will not challenge. The 3-1 from Ledzinski. Swing and a miss. Chase the slider down and away, 3-2. That was a good pitch by Ledzinski. That might be the best slider he's thrown all day. Was it sharp, biting slider that was at the bottom of the zone. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Austin Riley with the pink bat and all can't get a hold of that pitch. That one blew right by him. We'll be back in a flash. Peguero, the number 9 hitter, leads off the Pirates when we return to the Bird.
I don't know which one of my coworkers need to hear this, but anything happening past 12 o'clock on Friday is definitely a Monday problem.
You know those nights where you just do not feel like drinking? Well, tonight's not one of those nights. We're getting cheers.
Today, we hop into our MLB time machine and talk about baseball first. On May 2nd, 1876, Ross Barnes hit the first home run in baseball history in the top of the 5th inning against Cincinnati pitcher Cherokee Fisher. On July 15th, 1876, St. Louis Brownstocking pitcher George Bradley would be the first to do something. He threw a no-hitter. On September 10th, 1881, Roger Connor did something that wouldn't be done again until Babe Ruth did it again in 1925. He hit the first walk-off grand slam. Paul Hines put his name in the history books for being the first Major League Baseball player to wear sunglasses on the field. He also had 2 other firsts. He was baseball's first Triple Crown, and he performed the game's first unassisted triple play. New York Giants player Mickey Welch made history on August 10th, 1889, when he pinch hit for his injured teammate Hank O'Day.
What do you guys want? Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a hard roll with a side order of fries, cheese and gravy, and a bowl of gravy on the side.
I'll have the same thing plus pancakes.
Chocolate milk?
You know it, honey.
And I'll make it 2. I'll have an egg white omelet made with very little oil, dry wheat toast, and grapefruit juice.
Oh, my God.
All right, here it comes.
You know, just placing an order like that gets you kicked out of the Army. Now, if you put a construction helmet on that order, it could join the village people.
Would you knock me down a flight of stairs for $4 million?
I'd do it for a $5 scratch-off and a bag of Doritos.
Over the years, the struggles of the Boston Red Sox would provide some of the most dramatic and heartbreaking action the game would ever see. And on October 21st, 1975, Fenway Park would witness the greatest game in World Series history, a game that rekindled the whole country's love of baseball.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. First pitch on the way to lead off the bottom of the 3rd inning is a single to right field, as against the shift, Peguero wisely just slapped it to the left of Ozzie Albies, who was standing almost right behind the second base bag. That'll put 1 on, nobody out. Peguero, who's not really known as a pull hitter. I'm telling you, it's strange the way the Braves do this shift. And I almost feel like that they got into a lazy habit because of 2021. As the first pitch on the way is a slider right there. Another blown call by Tony Randazzo. It's 1-0. But if you remember, they shifted more than anybody in the second half of the 2021 season. So now they just think that that's the way to go. But teams are figuring out and hitting against their shift. You got a pull hitter, yeah. I mean, I've got no problem with it. But have an overshift on a light-hitting second baseman at the bottom of the order and giving him a huge hole to just poke the pitch to the right side on. Which is really bad baseball. First pitch on the way after the 1-0 is a slider. Nowhere near the zone, 2-0. Sales look pretty good so far, but we know there's usually an inning in his starts where he struggles with command when runners get aboard. The 2-0 count, swing, lifts it, high into center field, going back on the track, making the catch is Harris. He's going to fire it back into the infield real quick. Peguero races back to first, 1 away. That ball got way too much of the plate. Thankfully, Hayes missed his spot. Brian Reynolds comes to the plate. Tell you what, that bridge behind PNC Park, the gold bridge that they have back there, that is just one of the coolest backdrops in all of sport. First pitch on the way to Reynolds is a swing and a miss, strike, 97 up top. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, runner. Fakes like he's going to go, but slams on the brakes. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. Nice pitch, changeup. 1-2. That was one of those pitch I had to wait for a second because I wasn't sure if he was actually going to call it a strike. It's some plate umpire has been something else today. The 1-2 count. We'll do the out-of-town scoreboard here in a second. Sale comes set, brings it. Swing, chops it over to short. Allen's going to have to hurry. He will get the force at second. Good play by Allen to hit Ozzie, who had to stretch for that. No chance for Ozzie to turn two. But it was a good defensive play to get the lead runner 2 away. Good speed over there running down the line. And Allen threw a P off his right leg going towards third. Sale acknowledges with him with the tap of the glove. First pitch on the way to McCutchen is a changeup. Down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. McCutchen's 1 for 1 with the single. Two down, 1 on. Bottom of the third here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pitch, swing, pops it up high into center field. Coming in, making the sliding catch is Michael the Hawk Harris. 75% of this world is covered by water, the rest by the Hawk. We'll be back in a flash and grab the sticks when we return.
Hurry now.
What?
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 What was that?
What?
Well, you're standing, breathing, and smoking, so the other thing.
Spitting?
Some barefaced, uncultivated version of it, yes.
What, you never seen someone spit before?
Yes. An inexcusably obese man in the batter's box at a Blue Jays game.
But you never seen a girl spit before?
Yes. A 6-year-old after consuming an insect in her ice cream cone.
But you don't think girls should spit?
I don't say what girls should do.
But you don't like it when girls spit?
Preferably not within my line of sight, earshot, and in a perfect world, ever.
You hungry?
Am I hungry?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I'm immediately concerned that sensation may never reestablish itself. But what a ride it's been.
What's your best pitch?
My best pitch is a strike. A sinking fastball down and away from a right-handed hitter. Thereby, he thinks it's a good pitch. The last minute, it sinks. He hits the top half of the ball, and he hits a ground ball one away. And you do that 3 times or 27 times in a ball game, make perfect sinkers, you'll get 27 outs. Unless the hitters are smart, and then what they do is they know it's a sinker, they get up and they drive the ball to right center field, and then you got a runner at third and less than 2 outs. So they bring the infield in, and you don't want them to hit a sinker now. You got to strike them out. So then you go to a cross-seam fastball, which I don't have.
The idea of community, the idea of coming together, we're still not good at that. We talk about it a lot. In moments of crisis, we're magnificent at it. At those moments, we understand community, helping one another. Baseball, you do that all the time. You can't win it alone. It is a community activity. You need all 9 people helping one another. I love bunt plays. I love the idea of the bunt. I love the idea of the sacrifice. Even the word is good. Giving yourself up for the good of the whole. That's Jeremiah. That's thousands of years of wisdom. The Bible tried to do that and didn't teach you. Baseball did.
Matt Olson leads us off. First pitch to the Ice House is 85 outside. Slider misses. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. It'll be Olson, Ozuna, and Baldwin here in the fourth. 1-0. Down and away, 2-0. Mets and Cubs are now tied up at 2. They're in the 8th on your out-of-town scoreboard. Cardinals 2, Nats nothing. They're heading to the 4th. The 2-0. Slider on the inside track, 2-1. Brewers and Rays are scoreless in the first. Rangers have jumped out to a 3-0 lead. Leovaldi on the mound in the third. The 2-1. 95, touched below, but called for a strike, 2-2. Red Sox Royals, they're scoreless in the second. Reds and Astros are scoreless in the second, as are the Marlins and White Sox. And the Giants have taken a 1-0 lead. They're in the bottom of the first in Minnesota. The 2-2 to Olsen. Ledzinski comes set. Swing! That ball is rifled back foul. Ledzinski, by the way, as we begin the 4th inning, is at 55 pitches. So that's a touch north where he wants to be. He's looking for a quick inning. The 2-2. Swing. Pops it up. Jam shot into right field. Drifting in, making the easy catch is Reynolds, 1 down. Braves do not have another day off until a week from tomorrow, Monday. They're in the middle of a stretch as Ozuna stands in. First pitch, down and away. It's 1-0. Middle of a stretch of 17 consecutive days without a day off. Scheduled day off. They may get one this week, but would probably have to pull doubleheader duty against the Nationals with all the rain that's coming into Atlanta. 1-0, slider inside, 1-1. Ozuna, 0 for 1 on the day. Everybody's 0 for except for Baldwin and Harris. The 1-1 swing. That ball's hit on a line, but right to the second baseman. It's going to be an L4 in your scorecard. 2 down. So Ledzinski very close to getting that quick inning that he's looking for. He's about to throw his 60th pitch. And that's about where you want to be at the end of the 4th inning. See if Baldwin can make him work a little bit. The Drake is 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch to Drake, rifled down the right field line, and that is a fair ball. That's going to get down where the green grass grows, and the Drake is heading into second. Is he safe? He is safe, barely in front of the tag, but he got there.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Man, that was an impressive play by Reynolds. He got on that hit quickly as it came off the wall. It was a perfect shot off the wall to get to Reynolds and turn and fire. Baldwin was definitely in before the tag, but it was very close. When that ball was first hit, I didn't think there was any chance that was going to be a close play. First pitch to Ozzie is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. Ozzie 0 for 1. Now batting .217. The 0-1. Swing and a miss again. 0-2. I think it's going to take an act of Congress to get him to hit lower than Eli White. It truly is dumbfounding. The 0-2 count. High and out of the zone, 1-2. Mets have jumped back out to a 4-2 lead on the Cubs. That Cubs bullpen is spitting the bit. The 1-2. Swing, golfed into right field. Lazy fly ball. Easy out once again. Braves get one on, but Ozzie can't do anything with it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Everybody in this room knows the way that I feel about a lot of things. Basically, everybody's too soft. Everybody's too sensitive about everything.
Hi, honey. I just got done at the car shop. I got the oil change, and then I also got a really good deal on putting air in the tires.
Hold on, what? What'd you say?
I got a really good deal on putting air in the tires. I got the premium stuff. Okay, the premium air in 2 tires, the front ones for $150, or I could get just like regular air in all 4. Huh?
Hold on.
Yeah.
What do you mean by premium air? What are you talking about?
Well, he said that like it like lasted an extra long time. He said it was like really high end, and that's what more like the luxury cars got.
No. Air is free. You did not pay for air in your tires.
Yeah, regular air is free, but the premium air, like the high end stuff, I got put in all of them. He charged me $100, but it was on sale. Like I got a deal. It was a special. Armchair.
In 1970, the Cincinnati Reds faced the Baltimore Orioles in the World Series. The Reds were young, aggressive, and powerful, led by Pete Rose, Tony Perez, and Johnny Bench. But the Orioles had the best third baseman in baseball. Brooks Robinson was born in Little Rock, Arkansas, was discovered playing ball in the Church League, and was beloved by Baltimore fans. Winner of 10 Gold Glove Awards. He was called the human vacuum cleaner. The Orioles took the series in 5, further helped by 6 runs batted in by Brooks Robinson. Brooks Robinson, Cincinnati's Pete Rose said, belongs in a higher league.
Welcome back. Willis says, one thing's for sure, we can't blame Snit for the batting woes. Maybe you can't. Speak for yourself there, Will I. Chris Sale goes back to work. 42 pitches in. We head to the bottom of the 4th. First pitch on the way. Slider right there for a strike. It's on 1. Sitting at 4 strikeouts. Did not get a strikeout in the last inning, but got 4 in the first 2. His over-under today in Vegas, I believe, was 7.5. So they're starting to go north. There for a while, it was routinely at 6.5. Today, I saw that it was 7.5. Bart is 5 for 8 in this series. The 0-1. Slider misses 1-1. 1-1 count. Slider grabs the outer edge. Wide, strike 2. The 1-2. 93 misses high and out of the zone. 2-2. Cubs have coughed up another run. Make it 2. It's 6-2, so you can put that one to bed. The 2-2. Chop foul down the line. Do it again. It is strange to me that we are going to make it through the month of May and have not seen the New York Mets, which means that the schedule will be backloaded. The 12 head-to-heads with New York. The 2-2. Swing rips it over to short. Leaping catch. Top of the sky by Nick Allen. L6 in your scorecard. 1 away. We're in the middle of May. We're going to see Washington for the first time tomorrow, but we see him as the first pitch on the way is a slider banged over to third. Riley tries to barehand it, can't come up with the grip. It'll roll underneath his hand. It's going to be a 1-out single for the Pirates. His only chance was to barehand that. And it looked like the ball just flattened out right as he went to go reach for it. You need a little luck involved in those plays because you got to have the ball's got to bounce into your hand. And he just kind of flattened out, and that made it impossible to grab it as he was leaning forward. Canario, the batter, runner goes. Here comes a throw from Drake. He throws down. He got him. Got him! Gunned down Gorski. Gorski's got wheels. I'd like to see a replay on that to see if he got a good jump or not, because he's got really good wheels. Pittsburgh's looking to see if they want to challenge. I can't imagine that they do. That was pretty cut and dry unless I'm missing something. The throw wasn't even that great. It was a great tag by Ozzie. Yeah, he got him by a mile. Banged him on the arm just before he hit the bag. The 2 down. Got an 0-1 count. That was a strike on the inner cut to Baldwin. Are they challenging this? They haven't put it on the Braves screen, but it appears that they are challenging it. He got him on the top of the arm. Top of the left arm as he was reaching out. He got him. And then the oven mitt hit the bag. Still think those oven mitts should be regulated a little more, because what guys are doing is that they're taping it to the very end of their hand to give them another, we'll say 3-4 inches. But he hits his arm. Well, I don't know. It's close. There's a lot of dirt flying too. That's the other problem. It's in high def, but there's a lot of dirt flying. If he doesn't smack the ground first, he's going to get him for sure. But Ozzie, when he makes the catch, he smacks the ground first while he's searching for the runner. Here comes the call, and they do get the out. So it'll be a lost challenge by Pittsburgh. They're out of challenges now until the later innings, where it needs to come from the umpire. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss strike after that 0-1 count. It's 0-2. So nobody on, 2 outs. The 0-2. Swing, fouls it back. Do it again. Canario hit a home run solo shot in Friday's game. That was the game-winning RBIs. They went on to win 3-2 against Atlanta. Atlanta returned the favor yesterday, won 3-2 in extras. The 0-2. Tried to get him to chase a slider down the ankles, no dice. Do it again, it's 1-2. 1-2 from Sale. Canario struck out his first time up. He's 2 for 8 in the series. The pitch. Slider just misses inside, 2-2. Well-placed slider, but just missed the zone. I think his intent was trying to get him to chase off the plate. But now you got a 2-2 count. Swing, pops it up. High down the right field line, but that'll get out of play into the stands. Pirates appear to have a fairly decent crowd here on Mother's Day. Well, happy Mother's Day to all. They don't get great attendance, but they usually draw pretty well when the Braves are here. The 2-2. Swing, bangs it over to first. That's going to dribble down the line. That might be extra bases. Eli White's going to have to hurry. He loses the grip, and that'll be it. Canario's in to second base. See if he gets an error on that or if that's a clean double. They're going to call it a double. I think that's home cooking. Eli had a long way to go just mishandled the ball. I don't know if he gets him or not, and that might be the reason why he gets the double and will not be charged for the error. First pitch on the way. Slider inside to Pham. It's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. The infield playing on the shift, so Pham's looking to just slap it over towards the right side. 1-0. Slider up top for a strike. It's 1-1. Pham grounded out his first time up. Tommy Pham, just like a lot of folks today, rocking that pink bat, pink socks, and pink gloves. The 1-1 swing and a miss. 96 on the outer edge. It's 1-2. One-two count. Sale looks back the runner, brings it. Swing, rifles it back foul. 96 up top. Do it again, 1-2. Braves nothing, Pirates nothing. The go-ahead run stands at second here in the bottom of the fourth. The 1-2. Try to get him to bite that slider again. 2-2. Same spot that he went to with Canario. Same miss, just a touch inside. If he could actually get that to hit the side of the zone going by, that's going to be unhittable. The 2-2. Swing, rifles it into right field. This time Eli will make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Pirates get one on, but can't do anything with it when we return. The Book of Eli, Harris, and Little Nicky coming to the dish.
Man, believe this or not, I don't watch no film, bro. Like, I just know the game of football inside out. I feel like Madden has a good tell of how good players are. So I just play Madden the night before, and I go look at all their ratings. So I just go get on Madden. I go to the EA rosters. Then I scroll down and see what their awareness is, their speed is, and their sprint. And that's how I get a good tell on them.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
Michigan, Ohio State feels like you're asking me to pick which one of your kids is my favorite, and I just can't, because I don't like any of your kids.
Look at that door, dude. See that door right there? One marked pirate. You think a pirate lives in there? I see a door marked private. Is that the door you were talking about? No, I was talking about... Yep. I didn't say... No, what did you hear? I heard you say you saw a door marked pirate. No, see, that's not what I was saying. We're talking about pirates all day. We're going to find out what lives in here. Jesus Christ.
What was incredible about Clemente was not only how skilled he was at each part of the game, but this kind of ferocity that he played on each play of the game, even years when they were pitiful and they had no chance to get into the pennant or anything like that. He would throw it in, he would pick guys off who got a single, who took too much of a turn going around first. There was just something intense about this guy that was not necessarily what was going on in baseball at that moment.
Eli White leads us off top of the fifth. First pitch swinging, fists it foul down the line. It's 0-1. Eli White on an 8-game hitting streak. The 0-1. Swing, chops it. Over to first, easy out. G3 in your scorecard, 1 down. One away in the top of the fifth. Braves offense once again just non-existent today. That'll bring Michael Harris the second to the plate. Second time through the order for the Braves is the first pitch. Inside 95. 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it, swing, chops it over to the short. It's going to be a tough play for Triolo, but he's got it. 6-3 put out and a quick out number 2. So just like that, last 2 innings, Lizinski getting early pitch swinging in the counts has really lowered his pitch count. He's only at 68 now. The 2 outs in the top of the fifth. These two teams here will not meet again till the final weekend of the season in Atlanta. First pitch by Allen. That ball's chopped over to the right side. That one's going to get through under the glove of Gorski, and your Atlanta Braves have 1 on, 2 outs, and Verdugo, who is overdue for a good base hit or 2, is coming to the plate. This will be the 3rd time through the order as the lineup flips over one more time. Maybe they'll get some good swings here. Righty-lefty matchup. First one to Verdugo. Swing, pops it up. Well, there goes that theory. Can of corn over by third base. Easy play by Hayes. Easy inning once again for Lizinski. He's cruising along right through this Braves lineup. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of 5 we go. Chris Sale's got to hold the line.
Next question, gentlemen. What is the one thing the people on the other side of your street have more of than you do? Your wife said they have more grass than you do.
Grass.
I wouldn't bet on that.
It was a homeless woman, wasn't it?
It was a homeless woman, yeah. He said that he had to give his kidnappers $500, so he gave her his credit card to go get him $500 and whatever, because none of it turns out to...
You know what this sounds like to me? It sounds like Allensby got all liquored up and paid a homeless woman $500 to roll around under the bridge with him.
Now they got 2 guys coming out saying that they found him unconscious on the side of a road.
Turned out it wasn't a wine bar; it was a strip club. So let's say what really happened here. We've all been there.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody's been under a bridge with a homeless woman giving her $500. I've been in similar instances, but I'm not going to say I've been there. First of all, it takes a lot less than $500, okay, buddy? That's where you got taken right there from the jump.
But, I want to say one thing in all seriousness. I feel sorry for you people that don't drink. I mean it, because when you wake up in the morning, that's as good as you're going to feel all day.
Roberto Clemente learned his baseball in the cane fields of Puerto Rico, and for all of his major league career, he played spectacularly for a little publicized team, the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was a savage line drive hitter with a phenomenal throwing arm, proud of his Latin heritage, often plagued by injuries.
Roberto Clemente, he had a certain motion with his neck because he had a bad back. He said his back always hurt. He had a certain motion with his neck. And all of us imitated this motion that he had with his neck. So you see all these kids at school who are doing this because they picked this up from Clemente. You go to bat and you did this head motion. You swung the bat like Clemente.
And then for the Puerto Rican community, he was, their guy, the guy who really gave a lot back.
First pitch on the way from Chris Sale is right there for a strike to Triolo. It's 0-1. Sale stuck on 4 strikeouts, hasn't had one since the second. The 0-1 right there, inside, 1-1. One count. Chris Sale sitting at 64 pitches. Rocks and fires. Swing, pops it back foul. 1-2. If he can keep this going, he's right on pace to go through at least 6 innings. Maybe even more if he gets a couple of quick frames. The 1-2. Tried to get him to chase that slider. That one was well off the plate, 2-2. 2-2 count. Triolo, who's 0 for 1 from the right side, stands in. 1 for 7 in the series. The 2-2 swing, bangs it through the hole, and that'll get through for a leadoff single for the Pirates. They've got the leadoff runner on once again. Harris hurried the throw in to the infield. It's a bad throw and almost got away and almost cost the Braves a base. A good deflection by Ozzie slowed it down. First pitch on the way from Sale to Big Arrows, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, swing and a miss up high. It's 0-1. The 0-1 right there for a strike, four-seam fastball. About letter high over the plate. It's 0-2. The 0-2 from Sale. '96, well high out of the zone. 1-2. The 1-2. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Number 5 on the day for Sale. 1 away. Good slider. That time got him to swing. That one was a little higher than a couple of the others that have been missing and they've been able to hold off of. They're going to flip it over to first to keep the runner close by as the lineup flips over to the top of the order. First pitch on the way to Hayes is a slider up top. It's 0-1. Braves nothing, Pirates nothing. Bottom 5, 1 on, 1 out. The 0-1. Sale with his pink shoes brings it. Chopper over to Riley. He's going to have to hurry. That's going to come in and out of his glove. That'll be an E5. Or at least it should be. Just a bad play by Riley there. First pitch on the way, runners go. Here comes the throw from Baldwin. They stole that with ease. And the runner on first and second are now on second and third, a double steal. So, second and third, and the ball gets away. That'll be a run. So error after error after error after error, and it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. See how they score that, but honest engine, let me take another look at it. I believe, yeah, that'll be a pass ball. That pitch hit Baldwin in a bad spot right in the glove. It bounced away. And Pittsburgh leads it 1-0. So now the infield draws all the way in. I was about to say they're drawn halfway in with 2 on. First pitch on the way in the 2-0. Does not get the call down below. It's 3-0. On deck is McCutchen. Pirates trying to push this ahead to a 2-0 lead, the 3-0. Fastball way inside. Nowhere near the zone. Ball 4. Sale unraveling here in the 5th. Kranitz is finally going to go out there and talk to him. While he goes out there, we're going to go ahead and hit this clip. Bottom of the 5th, 2 on, 1 out. On this date, 1909, church bells rang when Fred Toney completes the longest no-hitter in organized professional baseball history. A 1-0 victory over the Lexington Colts of the Bluegrass League. As word spread around town about the right-hander's performance on the mound, fans continued to stream into the ballpark before the contest's lone run was scored on a squeeze play in the bottom of the 17th inning. On this date in 1934, in an 11-3 rout over the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park, Lou Gehrig ties a big league record with 4 extra base hits, including 2 doubles and 2 home runs. The New York Yankees first baseman accumulates 12 total bases and 7 RBI. Back to the action. Sale goes to work. McCutchen the batter. First pitch. Slider down and in. It's 1-0. Chris Sale really starting to unravel here. After the error by Riley and then the pass ball error by Baldwin, have given Pittsburgh a 1-0 lead. 1-0. Sinker misses 2-0. And it really is ridiculous, and they're doing this for all the starters, not just picking out Sale, but getting this man no run support whatsoever once again. 1-0, swing, lifts it, high into left field. Could be deep enough to score. Here comes Verdugo's throw. He'll fire it home. Good throw, but just late. Took one too many bounces, and it's 2-0 Pittsburgh. Runner at first moves up to second. The smart play probably would have been just to throw it to second, but Verdugo had momentum behind him. Just didn't get quite enough behind that throw. If that throw comes in on 1 hop as opposed to essentially 3, he's going to get Hayes even with the good wheels, but just short hopped it a little bit, and the Pirates lead it 2-0. Pitch inside, Joey Bart, well inside, it's 1-0. Chris Sale now at 81 pitches. He didn't get that quick inning we were needing. A lot of it has to do with the bad defense. The 1-0. Swing, lifted into right field. Here comes the throw from Eli, and it's 3-0. And so the bad decision to come home cost the Braves a run. So really bad defense across the board for the Atlanta Braves here in the bottom of the 5th, and they've leaked out 3 runs. What's unbelievable is it looks like that they gave that a base hit on Riley. His error that really opened up the floodgates in this inning. There's no way that was an infield single. First pitch on the way to Gorski is a 4-seamer off the plate. It's 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Braves trail 3-0. Still a long way to go if the offense can just wake up. The 1-1 from Sale. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike three. Too little too late, though. Three come across the board. All defensive miscues, mental and physical. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I am genuinely upset. I'm legitimately, I'm mad. I'm sad. I am confused. I am shocked and appalled. At what age did the people at the bank decide that I no longer enjoy suckers?
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
I got lost in the game. I mean, the ballpark, the people, the color, the sounds, the smells. And it's a passion. It's a very, very big part of my life. Sometimes I like to be 11 years old. I like being part of something that's bigger than me. It's good for your soul to invest in something you can't control.
You're a romantic. You have a lyrical soul. You can love under the best and worst conditions.
Everybody's always so quick to tell you that McDonald's is so unhealthy. What about that relationship you in? McStupid.
Clemente batted .414 in the series, hit 2 doubles, a triple, and 2 home runs, and led the Pirates to the championship in 7 games. A year later, on September 30th, 1972, he passed yet another milestone in his long career.
Everybody steadily wants Bobby to get that big number 3,000. Matlack on the 0-1. Bobby hits a drive into the gap in left center field. There she is.
That winter, an earthquake hit Nicaragua, and Clemente volunteered to carry relief supplies to the victims. On New Year's Eve, his plane crashed into the Atlantic Ocean. His body was never found.
Welcome back. Braves trail 3-0. Tim says go get Ron Washington. First pitch on the way to Ledzinski's down and in. It's 1-0. Wish it was that simple. Telling Anthopoulos to go get Ron Washington. He just walks into the Angels clubhouse. Excuse me, I'm here to pick up something. The 1-0. Swing lifted into right field, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall for a long out, number 1. Riley continues to be very hot and cold. Matt Olson, the batter. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch. Outside wide. It's 1-0. Brings it down below the knees. Ball 2-0. Kansas City leads Boston 1-0 there in the 4th. The 2-0. 94 right down the middle of the plate. Intercut. 2-1. Mets knocked out the Cubs once again 6-2. So they win that series 2-1. The 2-1 off the plate. 3-1. Cardinals lead the Nats 2-1 in the 7th. And they are batting. 3-1 count. Down and in, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Just his first walk of the game. Zinski getting a mound visit from the catcher Joey Bart. There is a left-hander warming up in the Pittsburgh pen. That'll bring Marcell Ozuna to the plate. Zinski's only at 77 pitches, though. First pitch, 95 at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, rifles it back foul. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 to Ozuna. Drake stands on deck. Here's the pitch. Slider down and in. Good take by Marcell. That one dumped off the edge of the table at the last second. The 1-2. Swing. Hits it hard. Foul down the third base line, just foul. That was a few inches away from extra bases. That was going to go deep into that corner just before it jets out towards the foul pole. It would have taken a long time for Pham to get to that one. Ozuna. Going back and grabbing a new bat. Looks like that one might have cracked. Righty-righty matchup. 1-2 count. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Down and away slider, 2-2. The 2-2. Swing, lifted, into left. Fly ball right at Pham. He'll make the catch, 2 down. And it looks like that's going to be it. They're going to go get the left-hander to face Drake. A little strange, Ledzinski's only at 82 pitches and is pitching well. You know what, at this point, I'll take my chance with anybody they got coming out of that bullpen. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I just saw one of my local crackheads, and he looked at me and he was like, "Hey, got one for you." And I was like, "What?" And he goes, "I'll huff, I'll puff, and I'll steal all your stuff."
The real question is, brunette crazy, redhead crazy, or blonde crazy? Oof.
Oh, brunette crazy.
Those are completely different kind of crazies. Because redhead crazy is like, will ruin your life, but will be the best bouncing time you've ever had in your life.
Blonde crazy.
Will ruin your life, but will also blast the car into the side of an 18-wheeler going...
That's because she's in her damn Barbie Jeep and doesn't understand what curves are.
Brunette crazy is the kind where you wake up and she's standing over you with a Bowie knife and you're like, "What are you doing?" And she just says, "Don't worry about it." You do exactly the opposite. You worry about
everything.
Turn off for me, can't swim. I mean, the earth is 80% water. So if there's a tsunami and you trying to get on my back, bye, I'm doing me. I ain't your floaty. I ain't nobody floaty.
The legality of Major League Baseball's controversial reserve clause is now in the hands of the Supreme Court. The case involves the trade of Curt Flood from St. Louis to Philadelphia. That case for Flood is being argued.
It was so difficult for the fans to understand my problems with baseball. I was telling my story to deaf ears because I was telling my story to a person who would give their firstborn child to be doing what I was doing. And he just could not understand how there could be anything possibly wrong with baseball.
For nearly 3 years, Curt Flood had been in the courts, fighting a one-man battle with Major League Baseball over the reserve clause. Despite the advice of the players' union, He had left the game in 1969 rather than be traded against his will.
Drake Baldwin stands in here in the top of the sixth. There are 2 outs. And Ryan Baruki is coming in to face him. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch from Baruki is a slider in the dirt. It's 1-0. You don't love the lefty-lefty matchup. He's got a 3.07 ERA. 13 strikeouts versus 4 walks in 16 innings, but I'll take anything when they were not getting good swings on that Luzinski. The 1-0, down and away. Oh my God. 2 inches. Now we'll call that 3 inches below the knees, maybe 2. Another bad call by Randazzo. Nothing but crickets from the dugout. The 1-1. Swing and a miss at that one. It's 1-2. One, 2 count. He was bobbing his head to Baldwin. Yeah, that's a strike. No, it's not. The 1-2. Swing. Chops it foul. Do it again. I'd say he's going to get another one of those benders below the knees because he couldn't connect on that sweeper. That one hung up a little bit, but I'd say Baruki's going to keep going to that well until he proves he can hit it. The 1-2. Runner at first. 2 outs. Been sitting there since the beginning of the inning. The 1-2. Swing and miss, strike 3. Yeah, he can't hit the bender on the lefties. We'll be back in a flash. Another dud inning for the Braves. Bottom of the 6th we go. See if Sale can keep it right here.
I know that violence is not the answer, but yes, it is.
Let me get this straight. I can go to the grocery store and buy a pound of sliced ham in a plastic bag, a loaf of bread in a plastic bag, a gallon of milk in a plastic jug, a pack of napkins in plastic wrap, a store-made salad in a plastic tub, plastic bottles with ketchup or mustard, but they won't give me a plastic bag to carry it home in because the plastic bag is bad.
Girls that eat pickles and like thoroughly enjoy eating them, and I'm not talking about like on a burger or anything, but like pickles from a pickle jar. They're always hot. Like, what's with it with hot girls and pickles? I don't understand you.
What I told him was that I agreed with him in principle, but that the courts had treated players as property and would likely do so again, and that his attempt, while a principled one, was, I thought, doomed to failure. And I worried about his knowing the kinds of chances he was taking, that he was going to end his career in a case that probably was a loser.
The lawyers for the major leagues would not talk for the cameras, but in the courtroom they argued that the reserve clause is essential to the future of organized baseball, that without the reserve clause, all the rich teams would get all the star players. But Arthur Goldberg maintains that the reserve clause, tying a player to one team for the rest of his life, is in violation of the 13th Amendment. That's the amendment against slavery and indentured servitude.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Chris Sale goes back to work, his 87th pitch of the day. Nowhere near the zone, high and wide. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Kingston fires. Slider well outside, pitch out territory, ball 2, 2-0. Two-0 count. Three and 0. So he's nowhere near the zone of this inning. They might have to go get him. He looks cooked. The 3-0 from Sale. Ball 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 pitches on the outside. 3 high, 1 low. Grants is on the horn right now going, man, I forgot to call you last inning, but could you get somebody up? Sorry. Me and Brian nodded off here in the dugout. We weren't paying attention. Looks like that's what I figured they'd go to. Seems like it's always De Los Santos has to come in and pick up the slack. He's getting warm in the pen. Bay is on to pinch run. First pitch on the way is a slider right down the pipe for a strike to Tommy Pham. It's 0-1. So that's interesting. They brought Bay into pinch run already here in the 6th inning. They're trying to get this lead extended. Remember, he's the one that came in to pinch run in extras yesterday. The 0-1 swung on, banged foul down the line. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Nowhere near the zone. Did he go around? They're going to say he did. We'll take it, strike 3. I'm not sure about that one. I have to see the angle on the side. Let's take a look at this. Ugh. Yeah, that's a bad call. But we'll take it at this point. We needed all the charity we can get. One on, one out. Triolo, the batter. 4-seam fastball. Right there on the edge, it's 0-1. De Los Santos warming up, but he just got up. The 0-1. Right there, sinker at the knees, 0-2. Sale now at 93 pitches, giving up 2 earned runs. That's debatable. Should have been an error called on Riley. The 0-2, they're going to flip it over there. Keep him close by. If you put that error on Riley, and realizing the pass ball that took place, at most he's given up 1 earned run. And it was really all aided off of the defense. The 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased a bad one out of the zone. 2 down. Sale now at 8 strikeouts. If he can get 1 more out, it'll be a quality start. Well, I'm sure he'll tell you he failed, but what's really failed him is this offense just once again not doing anything. Figueroa coming to the plate. Number 9 hitter, he's 1 for 2. Bay at first. First pitch. Slider down and in. 1-0. Runner goes. Pitch down low. No throw nowhere near the bag. Be an easy stolen base on Bay, and he's in scoring position. The 2-0 count. The pitch, down and away. That ball gets away. It rolls to the third base side, so Bay will stay at second, not wanting to risk getting thrown out with 2 outs. They're going to send the runner down to first. Are they saying it hit his foot? I guess they are. Oh, it did hit his foot. Honestly, I think he stuck his toe out there to get it. It's like, get me out of here. That'll be it for Sale. Underwhelming performance in the end, but he gave him 5 good innings before it all fell apart. The offense just never did a thing. We'll be back in a flash.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said get off your phone. We're watching a show.
Do you get off your phone whenever I'm watching football on the weekends?
But this is different. We're trying to spend quality time together.
Well, we could spend quality time together watching football if you weren't on your phone, so it seems like a little bit of a double standard.
Well, at least on our TV shows, we don't know what's going to happen. But when we watch the Cowboys, I feel like the same thing happens every year.
Got him! Got him!
Armchair.
World Series chance for the first time since 1995. I'm going to take a quick break to pour me a drink, by God, and then I'll meet y'all here. Anyone who wants to hang out and celebrate, we're going to keep this feed going. And let it get it, baby! It's about damn time!
Flood's first trial had been in federal district court in Manhattan in 1970.
I think Kurt Flood on the stand was treated miserably by the federal judge. He almost taunted him. A judge who showed great respect for almost all witnesses. From the bench, the judge asked Kurt Flood, this is not as easy as playing center field, is it? With a sarcastic tone in the middle of a difficult cross-examination.
No active player dared testify on his behalf. Only owner Bill Veeck and a handful of retired stars came to Flood's defense.
De Los Santos, your pitcher. Runners on first and second, 2 out. First pitch is a 4-seam fastball. Well off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, pops it up. That should end the inning. Drifting over, making the catch is Eli White in right center, and that will. Braves trail 3-0. Ozzie Albies leads us off. We go to the top of 7 on a happy Mother's Day. It will be if we come back and win this sucker.
Unlucky. Yeah. Man, I love the way y'all use that word over here. Back home, if a team was playing poorly, we don't call them unlucky. What do we call them, Coach?
New York Jets.
There it is.
Hey, Braves Country. This is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
We're doing 21 miles today for my 21st birthday.
Well, on my 21st birthday, I couldn't walk 21 feet. Huh? I got up. I think that's maybe what was wrong with me still to this day. All right? My 21st. I woke up with a football helmet, a woman's thong, and a flip-flop. I still don't know what happened. On my 21st birthday, one of my buddies on himself. Huh? He was quiet all night, and he was sitting on the couch. He said, I got 3 minutes later, he didn't say a word after that, but 3 minutes later, he said, I don't got no more. But happy birthday to you.
Flood lost in district court and then lost again in the Court of Appeal. And on June 18, 1972, by a vote of 5-3, the United States Supreme Court ruled against him. Baseball was still exempt from antitrust laws, and the reserve clause still stood.
I am particularly pleased that the court has recognized the need for a reserve system and has further recognized that baseball has not disregarded the extremely important position the player occupies. Over the long history of baseball, the reserve system has constantly evolved to improve the position of the player. I am confident that this process will continue.
Welcome back. First pitch to Ozzie Albies. Swing and a miss from the right side this time. It's 0-1. Baruki back out there. Lefty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Swing. Pops it back foul. It's 0-2. Chris Sale went 5 2/3, 2 earned. 8 strikeouts, 8 hits, 2 walks. The 0-2. Swing just got a piece of that. Chops it off the ground, foul. An 0-2 count. Ozzie's batting average is now .215. The 0-2 lifted into left field. Easy fly ball. Make it .214. What a way. If they don't drop him down lower in the lineup, I swear to God, he is still batting 6th in that lineup and batting 70 points lower, 75 points lower than Eli White. He's got the lowest batting average on the team, and they got him batting number 6 in the order. First pitch on the way to Eli. The slider off the plate, it's 1-0. At the way he's hitting, you could make a strong argument for Ozzie Albies being your number 9 hitter, though I wouldn't do it. The 1-0 gets it hard on the ground right to the shortstop. It's going to be a 6-3 putout. Eli busted it down the line, made it a little closer, but he's out by about a step, 2 down. Michael Harris coming to the plate. Braves with 4 hits today. 1 by Harris, 1 by Allen, 2 by Drake Baldwin. First pitch. Down below the knees, nowhere near the zone, called for a strike. Another ridiculous call from Randazzo, and still nothing going on in the dugout. The 0-1. Fouls it back, it's 0-2. The 0-2. Looks like that might have got a piece of Harris's foot. Lefty-righty matchup, or lefty-lefty matchup, excuse me. The 0-2 swing, lifted into left field. Pretty well hit, but right into the glove of the right fielder Reynolds, and the Braves 1, 2, 3 go out in order quietly once again. 3-0 your score.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. All 1, 2, 3. We out to the ball game. We out to the find me something up crack the jack. I don't care if I have to get back on the street. Root for the
too polite to say anything, because I'm a class act.
Bottom of the 7th we go here on a happy Mother's Day to all. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Pittsburgh Pirates leading this one 3-0. De Los Santos back on the bump. Righty-lefty matchup to start off the inning. Reynolds, the batter, slider in the dirt. It's 1-0. One-0. Change up. Outer edge, missed the spot, but got the call. It's 1-1. Braves, if they cannot come back from this in the next couple innings, will once again miss that elusive 500 mark. Drop 2 below once again. And I think I'm done bringing it up until I actually see them do it. Because they just yo-yo you. The 2-1, down below the knees, 3-1. 3-1 count. They'll head back home and should be in good shape facing the Nationals. But if you remember last year, the Nationals got the best of the Braves, dominating that season series. The 3-1 fouls it down the line, giving chases Verdugo. He'll make a basket running catch in foul territory, 1 away. Good play by Verdugo. He had a long way to go. Ran into the screen as he was trying to apply the brakes after making that basket catch. One down. McCutcheon, the batter, righty-righty matchup. He's 1 for 2. First pitch, swing and a miss. 98 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing, rifles it back, foul. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Yeah. There was about 3 bad defensive plays in that inning, Monkey, but you got a point. The 1-2. Down and away. You had the error on Riley. You had the pass ball on Baldwin. And then you had Verdugo throwing from left to home when he should have thrown it to second. Is the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The one by Verdugo definitely caused an extra run because they got one more base hit after that, and then the inning ended. So the runner should have been at first at that point and never would have scored. And the pass ball definitely caused a run, and then obviously Riley putting the run on by itself just by that error. They gave it an infield hit, but for those of y'all who weren't listening or watching at the time, it was definitely an error. That was home cooking by the score keep. First pitch to De Los Santos to Bart is their first strike. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup, bottom of the seventh, the 0-1. Right down the track for a slider, it's 0-2. Still with 2 more innings to go, and we will see the top middle of the order one more time. The 0-2. Swing, fouls it back. Nick Allen will lead us off in the top of the 8th, and he'll be followed by Verdugo and Riley. It's not over yet, but it's getting late early. The 0-2, swing, rifles it back. We'll do it again. Pretty quick moving ball game. We're in the bottom of the 7th, and this has been going on for just over 2 hours. 1:35 was first pitch. The 0-2. Pops it up. Should be an easy play for Harris in moderately deep center field. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the 8th. Allen in the top of the order, due up for the Bravos.
Hey, Dad, what's one piece of advice you'd give to somebody?
Don't have kids.
All right, then.
Wait, what'd you say?
I know you're watching football all day, so I'm gonna go get you some more beer and make some wings for lunch. And I was also thinking that we could hang that TV outside so you could have 2 games at once. Why are you crying?
It's just the first time that you've said that you've loved me in a while.
Where are you from?
What?
Where are you from?
What are you talking about?
Where are you from?
You know where I'm from.
The folks want to know.
Oh, you're doing a question?
Yeah. Come talk to these folks.
All right, I'll tell them.
We are from West Georgia, near the Alabama line. We're a little bit classy and a little bit trashy. I probably have some family members that have dual roles. Do you know what that means? A cousin, maybe an uncle. Yep. I just had one locked up because they were mixing up chemicals in their motorhome. Look how she's looking at me. Don't be hating on your family.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is Friday, and to most blue-collar workers, that means nothing at all, because we got to go to work on Saturday.
We lost because my guys, my colleagues, didn't stand up with me. And I can't make any excuse for them. Had we shown any amount of solidarity, if the superstars had stood up and said, we're with Curt Flood, if the superstars had walked into the courtroom in New York and made their presence known, I think that the owners would have gotten the message very clearly, given me a chance to win that.
Curt Flood never played Major League Baseball again.
Well, let's see if we can put a dent on the scoreboard here. 3-0 your score. Nick Allen will lead us off. Verdugo will follow with Riley in the hole. So the 9-2-1 batters due up. Baruki going back out there for the 8th inning. First pitch, swing, broken bat, and that ball's going to dribble into right field. That's through for a base hit. I don't know how he got enough on that broken bat to get it through the infield. I'd say some of it had to do with the fact they had that long shift on him. The ball just floated past the second baseman. bat shattered in half. Allen had nothing but the handle in his hand as he was following through on the swing. He could have ran down to first with it in his hand like a baton. Runner goes, and he's thrown out. What in the hell was that? Nick Allen, nowhere near. And why are we stealing down 3 runs? Unbelievably stupid baseball there. You're down by 3 runs, and you're sending a runner. I mean, he was cooked. And if you're thinking, well, first of all, he got a terrible jump. Second of all, you're thinking, well, he went on his own. You send the sign that says, don't run. Do not run. You're down 3 runs. Your run means nothing right now. Bad management once again. 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. And if you did tell him to not to go and he went, then you know what? You bench his ass. And you don't see him for 2 days. First pitch on the way is a sinker inside off of that. Well inside, but called for a strike, 2-1. Can't afford to give away base runners down 3 runs in the 8th. 2-1 count. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Bottom line, this is just a poorly coached team. We see it day in and day out, and those of us who actually pay attention and know what we're looking at, we're just getting fed up with seeing just really bad baseball. The 2-2. They're going to call that a low third strike. It was out of the zone, and once again, that was at least an inch below the zone. And that'll be it for Baruki. Someone will nudge Snit, see if he's awake, as we got 2 outs here in the 8th, and Riley's coming to the plate.
Excuse me, do you know how to get to town?
Yeah, it's back the way you came.
Hey, Braves fans, Braves baseball all season long. Hi, I'm Mac McGee, and I'll be bringing you Braves baseball play-by-play for the Braves fans out there, for all of Braves country. So pull up an armchair and join us for Braves country baseball, first pitch to last pitch, all season long, right here.
White people, I want to have a conversation with y'all because y'all have really pissed me off. Where are the new rock bands? Like when I was growing up, we had Green Day. Y'all keep trying to twerk. That's the problem. We need some headbangers. Like what happened to all the garage bands? I ain't met a white dude in like 10 years that said him and his band. That just randomly brings up his band. Do y'all not do that anymore? Why all the skater boys want to be DJs and rappers and producers? What is going on? White people, I say this because I care. Stop rapping. Bring back the rock bands. We didn't even judge y'all because the singer really could never sing. We never judged y'all because the music was that good. Can we please have that back?
Armchair.
Is there no way we can get rid of him?
Not without cause.
I have cause. It is because I hate him.
Now is Henry Aaron. Here's a pitch to Aaron. All game in the 7th inning. The Cardinals lead 3-0. Here's a pitch to Henry Aaron. There's a drive way back. It's out on the Glen Avenue in right center. Tremendous home run. Hit the light tower out there. Holy cow, did he kiss that ball. There's his 42nd home run of the year. His 126th run batted in. Oh, did he hit that ball.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Riley is banged into left field. And he will come on for a 2-out single. Tanner Rainey is the pitcher. Righty lefty, first pitch on the way to Olsen. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Fouled straight back, it's 0-1. Y'all are asking about calling up prospects for offense. There is none down there. The 0-1 swing, ripped it into left field. That's going to get down. It's going to go off the wall. The right fielder's calling it for a grounds rule double. Doesn't matter. Both runners are standing at second and third. And your Atlanta Braves have runners on second and third. 2 outs. Hard hit ball down the right field line, but it bounced. They were slamming the brakes on Riley regardless. I don't think he would have scored. What should be a 3-1 game now, still 3-0 as Nick Allen was thrown out, stealing, down 3. Ozuna representing the tying run, first pitch inside. It's 1-0. One swing here could tie the game, or a single could cut it to a 1-run lead. And I don't know if this Pirates closer is available today. He's pitched the last 2 games. The 1-0. High and out of the zone, 2-0. And on top of that, the Braves have been able to get to that closer. So, and Bednar's pitched the last 2 games. So I don't know who's available in their bullpen. Bart, the catcher's going out there to talk to Rainey for a second. He heads back behind home plate. Runners at second and third, 2 out. You got a 2-0 count on Ozuna. Here's the pitch from Rainey. Swings at a wild slider in the dirt. Nowhere near the zone, 2-1. Ozuna made it up in his mind that they were going to lay one in there on him. And he swung from the get-go. That pitch was nowhere near the zone. The 2-1. Inside, almost hits him in the head. It's going to bounce to the backstop, but come right back to the catcher, and it's 3-1. So Riley really didn't have much of a chance to score there. Smart base running by Riley to stay put, knowing his run doesn't realistically mean anything. You don't want to be out at home plate. Jot that down, Nick Allen. 3-1 count to Ozuna. Rainey, his 8th pitch of the afternoon, brings it. High and out of the zone, ball 4. So the bases are juiced. Ducks all over the pond. Man, we haven't heard that soundbite in a while. And Kelly's going out there. I'm assuming he's making another pitching change. He is. So here we go. We'll find out who they go with here. Baldwin's due up. I'm assuming it's going to be a left-hander. Will they let Baldwin face him, or will they bring in Smurf to face the lefty? We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. On this date, 1909, church bells rang when Fred Toney completes the longest no-hitter in organized professional baseball history. A 1-0 victory over the Lexington Colts of the Bluegrass League. As word spread around town about the right-hander's performance on the mound, fans continued to stream into the ballpark before the contest's lone run was scored on a squeeze play in the bottom of the 17th inning. On this date in 1934, in an 11-3 rout over the Chicago White Sox at Comiskey Park, Lou Gehrig ties a big league record with 4 extra base hits, including 2 doubles and 2 home runs. The New York Yankees first baseman accumulates 12 total bases and 7 RBI in just 5 innings when he benches himself due to having a severe cold and high fever. And on this date in 1967, Atlanta Braves outfielder Hank Aaron hits it inside the Parker off future Hall of Famer Jim Bunning in the team's 4-3 loss to the Phillies at Connie Mack Stadium. The 8th inning round tripper will be Hammer and Hank's only homer, which he doesn't clear the fence on his record-setting 755 home run career. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And they are going to go to Sean Murphy. I get the strategy, but honestly, the way Drake Baldwin's been swinging the bat, I don't know if I like the move here. I would have liked to have seen what Drake can do. But they'll go to Sean Murphy, who is batting a putrid .221. You will get the lefty-righty matchup. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll lay one in there for him. Since the first part of Murphy's 2025 season, he has not been good. First pitch, swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. It's 0-1. If I'm Wentz, I'm challenging him. I mean, he hasn't shown anything since that first week and a half. It's been nothing. The 0-1. They do pinch run for Ozuna. Another fastball, blew it right by him. It's 0-2. Murphy's going to call timeout. Like that's going to make much of a difference. Got to hope a ball hits at Murphy here or something. He's had 2 fastballs right down the middle of the plate and has been behind both of them by about a week and a half. The 0-2. Pops it up. High in the sky, out of play. We'll do it again. Stuart Fairchild's on to run for Ozuna. So he stands at first. If somehow a ball got down in the gap, Fairchild would score 2 outs. He's got that kind of speed. He's a great base runner, but the game right now is at the plate. The 0-2. In the dirt. 1-2. Almost got Murph's back foot up. He should have slid it in there and let him hit a digit. One-two count. Lefty righty. They set up down the pipe. Way high outside. 2-2. Wentz missed his spot by a mile. They were setting up on the inner cut, and he almost threw it to the backstop off the edge. Deuce is wild here. A 2-2 count, 2 outs. Smurf coming off cold off the bench. Here's the pitch. Swing. Rifles it foul. Four-seam fastball out of play. I think sometimes managers fall in love with that lefty-righty. And honestly, when you got a guy swinging a good bat, I hate taking him out of the lineup. He was 2 for 3 today. He's batting .303 on the year, and you bench him. The 2-2, swing, lifted, into center field. That ball's going to get down where the green grass grows. Here comes 1 run. It's 3-1. Here comes 2 run, 3-2. Here comes the 3rd run. We are tied at 3. And just like I said, you got to pinch hit there. Braves have tied at 3-3. It's just simple science. You got to put the right-hander in for the left-hander. I'm glad to be wrong. Good piece of hitting there by Murphy. Coming off cold off the bench. I don't know how many of y'all have actually played baseball, but that is a very difficult thing to do. And I think it helped him the longer he got into that at bat as the first pitch on the way to Ozzie is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The go-ahead run, by the way, is now at second, but you can't pinch run for Murphy because he's the only catcher you got left. So that's the only bad part about that. The 1-0 to Ozzie. Swing, rips it over to short, and it's going to be a 6-3 putout to end the inning. There's a shocker. Ozzie was the last out again. We'll be back in a flash. The Braves got some life. We'll see if they can do something here going to the bottom of the 8th here in Braves country.
So I told my psychiatrist I was hearing voices in my head. He said I don't have a psychiatrist.
I'm going to UCLA because my wife went to UCLA Med School. Shout out, Tran. You completely hold. That's her last name. That's her last name. Relax, ESPN. How dare you?
Armchair. Is you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright.
Is you crying?
Go on, leave me alone. You know I'm watching the game. No, I'm not crying.
I told you they was finna lose. I don't know why you acting like this.
Why is you talking about my business? Why is you talking about my business? They cheated, though. They cheated. They cheated. When they lose, don't talk to me for the rest of the week. Why is you bothering me?
Whoa, what about the wristbands? You act like they finna throw you in the game to save the last couple of points for you.
Would you leave me alone? Would you leave me alone?
You don't even cry for me like this.
I only known you for 2 months. This has been my team for 22 years.
It is especially fitting that today, in the midst of baseball's most exciting event, the World Series, we pause to honor Jackie Robinson.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. I would just like to say that I was really just a spoke in the wheel of the success that we had some 25 years ago. I would like to also say that I would be a real pleasure if Mr. Rickey could have been here with us today, but to the members of the family, my entire love and gratitude for the things that he's done over the years. And I also want to say how pleased I am that my family can be here this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Aaron Bummer comes on. You know, the only handicap we're going to have here is if this thing does go to extra innings, Scott Blewett's not going to be available to us, and he's been the extra inning superstar for the Braves so far. Bummer goes to work, first pitch. Curveball in the dirt, it's 1-0. Lefty-righty matchup. Gorski, the batter. Curveball, outer edge. Called for a wide strike, number 1. Infield is playing back into the left, the 1-1. Swing. Chops it down the third base line. Foul, plenty foul, 1-2. 1-2 count. Curveball misses, 2-2. Braves 3, Pirates 3. If you're just joining us, all 3 runs by the Braves in the last frame. The 2-2 swung on, lifted high into center field. Coming over, coasting, making the grab is Michael Harris II, 1 away. That'll bring Bay to the plate. He came in to pinch run for Canario. Still wonder why they did that, because Canario had good speed, but there must have been, I don't know. I know Bay's supposed to be like a stolen base specialist, but at the time they led 3-0. There was nobody out. They brought Bay in. Almost makes you wonder if something happened to Canario, if he pulled something or whatever, because it handicaps you late in the game now, because now they don't have Bay to go to as a pinch runner. The 0-1. Curved ball down and in. 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Chase the curveball at the edge. Ji-won Bae, 25-year-old. Out of the Republic of Korea. He's been with the Pirates since 2022. This is only his 4th at bat this year. The 1-2. Chops it over to second. Ozzy's got it. Fires it at first. The fast-footed Bae out by about a step or so. 2 down. He has a career average of 229, but he's not. That was his 5th at bat this year. And double checking something there on him. It appears the first pitch on the way is a strike. Up top to Pham, it's 0-1. I don't know if he hit the IL or what, but he started at the very beginning of the season. He was with the Pirates and then was gone for about a month. So I don't know if he was sent back down to the minors or if it was an injury, but yesterday was his first reappearance since March 30th against the Marlins. The 1-1 to Pham. Curveball in the dirt. 2-1. Tommy Pham batting 176 on the year, a 469 OPS. Bummer trying to send it to the 9th. Still tied at 3. The 2-1. Misses. Ball 3, 3-1. Both teams are at 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. The Braves have walked 2 times, and that pitch is down and low. Ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk sets the go-ahead run down to first with pretty good speed. That is now the 3rd walk given up by the Braves. 2 by Sale, 1 by Bummer. Triolo, the batter. He's 1 for 3. Lefty-righty. Curveball nowhere near the zone, 1-0. So Bummer's out there. He can't hit the broadside of a barn right now. Started off on a strong inning, but 5 of his last 6 pitches have been balls. 1-0. Swing, pops it up. Might have chased one there. In fact, he did. And that'll get us out of the inning. Eli makes the catch, and we head to the 9th. Tied at 3. The Book of Eli, Harris and Allen coming to the plate.
Like 7 years ago, I hit my hand on a chop saw blade. As it was slowing down. There was no guard on the chop saw. So I hit my hand on it as it was slowing down. It took a big old chunk out of my hand after it got stitched up and it healed and the stitches got taken out. This showed up and I started freaking out. It's cancer. They're going to have to amputate. I'm going to die. And after the nurse stopped laughing at me and caught her breath, she informed me that it's just scar tissue.
It's whiskey.
Smells awful.
Well, all whiskey smells awful.
Then why do people drink it?
Well, it's like when grown-ups have a party. They drink it to have a good time.
Gee, if it's a party, don't they have a good time anyway?
Well, grown-ups have a harder time having a good time than kids do.
I don't know who needs to hear this today, but stop grounding your kids from their online games. Log into those games and get them banned.
25 years after his historic debut, Jackie Robinson agreed to throw out the first ball of the 1972 World Series. He was just 53, but diabetes had dimmed his sight. Heart disease had slowed his step. Jackie Robinson died 10 days later. In his autobiography published after his death, Robinson recalled playing in his first World Series game. There I was, the black grandson of a slave, the son of a black sharecropper, part of a historic occasion, a symbolic hero to my people. But I must tell you that it was Mr. Ricky's drama and that I was only a principal actor.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@Braves Country. Let's get some runs, Braves Country. Santana, their closer, is going to come out there for a third consecutive day. I didn't think we'd see him today, but we are. Let's see if we can get to him one more time. First pitch on the way. Check swing strike at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Rocks and fires. Swing, fisted foul, changeup. 0-2. Eli White, who's 0 for 3 on the day, with 3 ground outs. Game is tied at 3. The 0-2 to the book of Eli. Outside wide. 1-2. Middle of an 8-game hitting streak, so that's on the line here for Eli. Unless this game goes deep into extras, this would be his last attempt. The 1-2. Swing. Dribbles it over short. Should be an easy 6-3 throw out. It is. 6-3 in your scorecard. 1 down. And that'll bring Harris to the plate. Top of the 9th, 1 out, 3-3. Harris stands in, first pitch, inside, 96 miles an hour. It's 1-0. The 1-0 from Dennis Santana. Swing, lifts it high into left field. Chase that one out of the zone. Pham will chase it into the corner, make the catch. Quickly 2 down. Santana pitched an inning on Friday night, an inning on Saturday. Now trying to get through a full inning here on Sunday. First pitch on the way to Allen. It's up top, first strike, it's 0-1. The only good thing here, if Allen gets out, he would be the ghost runner if we get it to extras into the 10th. The 0-1. Check swing. Fouls it into the mitt. Joey Bart, it's 0-2. Looks like Iglesias is going to come on for the 9th. This is interesting, to say the least, the 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. Typically, when you're on the road, you don't bring the closer in unless you have the lead. And they're setting it up where Iglesias would come in with a tie, unless maybe they're going to try to have Bummer go out there for the 9th and just get Iglesias warmed up if we get the lead. The 1-2's fouled back. We'll do it again. But the way he's warming up, it looks like he's ready to come in. And I don't see anybody else warming up in there in the bullpen. They just flashed again on the Pittsburgh side of it, and it's just Iglesias. The 1-2 to Allen. He is 2 for 3 on the day. Caught stealing. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning. Braves go quietly in the 9th, just like the whole day other than the 8th inning. We go to the 9th. The top of the order is due up for the Pittsburgh Pirates to try to walk it off.
Just got invited to an event that starts at 8 p.m. I'm sorry, but not all of us are on cocaine.
How you doing, Ace?
Anybody been on base?
Nobody.
Nobody?
This I ain't seen much of.
Me neither.
I never have. What's the matter?
I don't know if I have anything left.
You just throw whatever you got, whatever's left. The boys are all here for you. We'll back you up. We'll be there. Because we don't stink right now. We're the best team in baseball right now, right this minute, because of you. You're the reason. We're not going to screw that up. We're going to be awesome for you right now. Just throw. All right? Come on.
I just met someone whose name was Hanna, and I said, "Oh, Hannah," and she said, "No, Hannah." I'm hanging on by a thread, people. I cannot do this.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
I don't know of anybody besides Robinson who could have done what he did. Many of the black players, Reggie Jackson, for example, said later, he's the only one of us who could have done it. Robinson, Mr. Rickey told him he'd have to turn the other cheek. And as Mr. Rickey said, it wasn't long before he didn't have any other cheek to turn. It just had simply been beat off. I think that they said that Robinson died from diabetes and other things. I think he died from the load he carried.
Bottom of the ninth we go. Raisel Iglesias comes on. Try to take this to the 10th inning. 15 appearances, a 5.4 ERA, a 30% strikeout rate. Righty-lefty matchup to start off the inning. First pitch on the way, 94 miles an hour. Down the pipe. It's 0-1. Adam Frazier, the batter, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 94 up top, it's 0-2. He'll come on and pinch hit for Peguero. Take over the second base duties if this does go to extras. He's got 2 home runs on the year. He's got some power, so you can't just lay it in there to him. The 0-2. Swing, lifts it into center field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Just in front of Harris. Pirates have something cooking here in the bottom of the ninth. Fastball that was out of the zone, and he just went up there and got it off the end of the bat. Got just enough of it. It drops about 5 feet in front of Harris. Usually a pitch like that gets popped up. First pitch on the way. 93 right down the pipe to Hayes. It's 0-1. The 0-1 turns around, flips it to first. Frazier under the tag. Pretty close move there. Remember, Iglesias does have a good pickoff move. The 0-1 swing, rips it down the third base line, but foul. It's 0-2. Brian Hayes, 1 for 4, the single, a run, a stolen base. 3-3 your score, bottom 9. They're going to flip it over there again. That time Frazier was ready, dives back into first. 0-2 count. Both moves now used by Iglesias. Here comes the pitch. Swing, slices it over to first, and it dribbles under the glove of Olsen. Runner will go all the way to third. And we've got problems. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Wasn't a hard hit ball, but Olsen holding on the runner, trying to make the dive. Just missed it. Just past his glove. Now the infield will have to come in, and Iglesias is going to have to get some strikeouts here. Brian Reynolds, the batter, he knows all he needs is a fly ball to win this game. Wind blowing straight to center. First pitch on the way, 87 out wide. Did not go. It's 1-0. Once again, a happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Appreciate you spending your Sunday with us. 1-0. Swing, chops it back up the middle, and that is going to get the out at first. Frazier stayed at third. Man, that was a bullet dodged, because I think he probably scores if he goes. He might have thought that Iglesias was going to get the ball. Ozzie charged in and got it. If he goes on the break, he's probably going to be safe and under the tag. But by the time he had to second think it, he had to stay put. So runners at second and third now and one out, and they will walk McCutcheon as expected to set up the double play. You got the catcher coming to the bat. They're still playing the infield in. I don't know if that really gets you anything there, walking the runner, but it does put a force at home. First pitch, change up in the dirt. It's 1-0. Kind of would have liked to have seen them pitch around Cutchin and see if he might get himself out and then just put him on the 1-0. Change up, misses, 2-0. And the pitch that he's been calling for a strike there, he's not getting. Iglesias is not getting the call. If he's not getting that call, that's going to be a problem. 2-0 count. 3-3 your score, bottom of the 9. The pitch. Swing, rips it. Foul down the third baseline. Tire infield. Standing right there on the edge of the grass. If they get a quick hopper to them, they're probably coming home. As the 2-1, right there for a strike, 2-2. Slider. Two count. Bart 2 for 4. He's had himself a series. The pitch, swing, hits it on the ground. Here comes the throw. It's off the course, and the Pirates win the game 4-3. Hard hit ball went under the glove of Riley. Kind of fitting considering the defensive day he's had. Allen tried to backhand and bring it home, but there was just no way they were going to get that one. Pirates walk it off 4-3. Braves lose another series, and they fall to 2 games below 500. They lose to the lowly Pirates, who will now improve to 14-27. And the 19-21 Atlanta Braves head back to Atlanta to try to right the ship on a 4-game series against Washington. Y'all have a great Mother's Day. From everyone here in Braves country, I'm Mac McGee. Braves lose a tough one. Bottom of the 9th. Casey at the bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville 9 that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, A pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.